This morning we're taking a look at my customer Williams. This is a front drive shaft for his F350. I don't know, it's early 2000s or late 90s F350. And young William had the unfortunate experience of having his transfer case, the transition piece between the transmission and the transfer case, broke while he was going down the road. It's an older truck. He said it had been used hard, probably by previous owner. One-ton dually, came from a construction outfit or something like that. And I think he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time anyways. So it did some major damage to his truck. Both drive shafts, bent the output shaft on the rear output of the transfer case. The transition piece was broken. So he's got that all fixed up. I gave him some help. He brought the transfer case down here and we identified the bent shaft that was giving him fits. And so get that straightened out. So now he's ready to go and he needs drive shafts back. So this is the front drive shaft. This somehow dodged a bullet in the carnage. The rear drive shaft was not so lucky. That one will be next. This one had some construction problems from a DIY U-joint change a while ago, and it had some other curious things. So it's all fixed up now. We'll take a look at that, and then we'll look at the rest of what I found. So this thing was pretty straight. I sandblasted it, cleaned it up. The CV head had partial clips welded in the grooves. It was just a mess. So I just hacked the original H-yoke off to get it apart. I just cut the ears off with a bandsaw, quarter band. And that's a replacement that I had out of my archives. It's all good. And it's still 1330 series. It's got a pair of spicy snap tights, new ball kit. The ball stud yoke was okay. It did. We'll talk about the interesting things I found though when I took it apart. So that's most of his original one running. That's 2,500 RPM. 0 at the transfer case. Nobody home. 0 at the front axle. Once again, nice smooth. Nobody home. I eliminated the full-length boot, this guy, and I put the shorter boot, the one we run nowadays, that's got the real good stub on it. Doesn't need this boot, and these boots are problematic because they pack up rust under here and rust that tubing off right there. This one somehow wasn't, and you can see it's good. You know, that area right there that I'm pointing at is not diminished, so this thing's good to go. It's running great. This is 1330, big cap, Ford big cap, 1/8" cap. It goes in the pinion yoke. That's what it was and still is. I put the new style dust boot on it with a grease fit. You can see that whizzing around. The stub and slip is excellent. This end's all set. Pair of 1330s, new boot kit, and we'll take a quick look at the rest of it here. So over here, this is what I found. So this is another ball stud yoke like what was on his truck. This liner was on there on his, and I've never seen anything like it. I don't know if somebody made this or what it is. And when I took, this is the centering device. This is just another one I got for a show and tell. But this spring is central to what it, spring won't fall out. But spring is necessary to preload this and make the centering device work right. There was no spring in his. It had this area in here was packed with rubber O-rings, and I've seen that once like 30 years ago on something else, another truck, that I took apart for some reason, and fixing. And I don't know, they must have not had springs or they had some other idea. But this thing here, this liner, for lack of a better term, collided with this, and it would not let it articulate, and it wouldn't work for me. It wasn't working when it was on the truck, so it couldn't have been a successful fix. And the rest of it with the clips tack welded in and stuff like that. I straightened all that out, so it was obvious that that needed to be attended to, and so it's all corrected now. Those usually have a ring on them that look like that. On that presses onto this area here. So this is a little mystery piece. I just thought I'd, you know, highlight it a little bit, and it's in the category of what the heck, you know. It's the things you find. I mean, this is pretty trivial stuff, but you know, whenever I find this stuff, I always like to take a look at it, and just, you know, it just kind of makes me shake my head, honestly. So it's going to be a win for Williams front shaft, and the rear shaft, the damaged rear shaft is right there. That's next up, and we'll be attending to that directly.